Hello. So it's another great morning in Gothenburg. Just rained, missed it by that much, which I think is great because there are few things I hate as much as being outside when it's raining. Being indoors when it's raining, that's all good, but outside, no. Okay, so yesterday I did my final code test for my services, and even though, well, it's quite possible that was the single most painful code test that I've ever had to take. Just to set the context for you, I'm pair coding with the CTO of the company in a language I have literally watched like 2 or 3 videos learning, and I know enough about the syntax to be able to like I can write in the language, but I have absolutely no idea about any libraries, any interfaces, or how you like. I have still tons to learn when it comes to package dependencies and all that good stuff. And what basically happens is that I also use the incorrect IDE, or rather an IDE that this guy himself isn't really all that familiar with. He's pretty good. Like he was very good. So we're forced into a situation where we finally just say, hey, well, like we have all these like issues. Like I use Eclipse. And for those of you who use Eclipse, you know how much of a hassle it is for Eclipse to import things into like dependencies and syncing things up at the file system level. And because Scala they're using a task manager called SBT that does not sync up well with Eclipse and new dependencies and so forth. It's a very manual process. So it created all these issues, and so we kind of had to like write a lot of code without any type of IntelliSense or anything like that. And it was just a horrible experience overall, if you pile on the fact that for the most part I didn't actually, like I knew what I wanted to do, but I couldn't express it through code in an effective way, because there was a deadline of 2 hours or something like that, I think. And like I was calm like all the way. Like I laughed a little bit and like made a few jokes, and I told him, like, you have to understand that this is so painful. This experience we're having right now, you and me. I mean, you're a great guy, and I mean, your hair is amazing. And he laughs, and then I say, well, I want you to know that I'm this close from crying or from my eyes watering right now, because this is how difficult it is for me. Like, I mean, I'm there to prove to him that I know what I'm doing, and that's very difficult when it looks like you're basically imagine a toddler having trouble standing up. That's the image we have here. And said and done, finally we get it working with a lot of help from my CTO, and I'm not so worried about this part, because like I've been very, very honest with the fact that I don't know Scala, and because I think I did pretty well. I mean, it's not like I mean, if you can, like, I could pick up the basics of the language in one Derek Banas video, and like could actually produce code in it. I could solve the problem. So I think that was pretty good. Finally, there's yet another of these computer science questions. Bash my head, and I get to do this one in JavaScript, and like we talk about the problem and I describe it. I couldn't solve it, and then he explains what the problem is, and it's so easy, and I feel so dumb because I don't know why. It's just I just can't get that mindset that these computer science guys have. Like, they can solve these convoluted tiny problems that are so like the thing is, the code is so simple. The problem was in essence that you have a sequence of numbers, and it can be positive and negative numbers, it can be any number, and your job is to create an algorithm that goes through that list of numbers and calculates and you can't change the order in any way. You just have to check on each number which is the optimal, like the biggest sum of in that sequence that you can create. And that's a tricky problem, because if you have positive number, negative number, and then a bigger positive number after the negative number, then you should keep on adding up the numbers, because the negative number is still the positive number that comes after is still going to be a better, like, it's still going to give you a better total. But if you have like a lot of negative numbers and then a small positive number, that's going to be bad for you, because the total of adding all those numbers is going to be lower, and you should just stop before you should stop earlier and not add those numbers up. So that's in essence what the problem was. And it was this really, like, when he explained how to solve it, it was so obvious. It was so fucking obvious. And I tried to do like a recursive thing where I traversed the array and like tried to, okay, so this is my like I had a solution that worked fairly well, but it had like it had a few flaws in it, so it didn't actually do the thing that it was supposed to be doing. But in essence, the solution was easy. And I don't know, if that's something I'm really bad at. I can't, like these really convoluted problems, it gets so messy up here, and I feel like let's just be honest, I feel like I'm the dumbest guy in the world when I try to solve these problems. Some of them I can solve, like, it's not like I can't solve any of them, but some, no. So if you're a computer science major or minor or whatever you are, and you feel like you're trying to basically just keep your head above water with these like complex algorithms, I just want you to know, I know exactly how you feel, and wow, I can't tell you anything besides the fact that my plan to solving this problem is to just, like, in essence, take a good stab at watching as many videos as possible about this, so that maybe I start to get it. I don't know, but that's my plan anyway. Anywho, that's how things are going right now.